as I was saying, the African so-called pygmies, or the black man of Africa, is the real founder and originator of the Christian religion. It's just that after the European gets a hold of things, he tries to whitewash it and brainwashes the people, as he did in these modern days. They've been brainwashed into thinking that Jesus is a white man. And Jesus, no way Jesus could have been a white man, because his lineage goes back to Hezekiah, Solomon, David, Jesse, the Moabitess Ruth. For there wouldn't even be a Jesse and a Solomon and a David without Ruth the Moabitess and Boaz getting together and marrying and having Jesse. And then Jesse had David, and then David had Solomon, and on down into Hezekiah, and we find Mary, the Blessed Virgin Mary, as the Catholicism would call her. Also, if we go into the mysteries system, was originally manifested from the original man. The mystery systems of Kemet. Horus is Jesus. Makes his transformation to the adult in his baptism or other kindred mysteries. Horus, the Christ as man of the 30 years, is initiated into the final mysteries and the resurrection, as you can read this in J.A. Rogers' Sex and Races, Volume 1, 2, and 3. You can also go into J.A. Rogers, Volume 1, 2, and 3, and get a good understanding of Hannibal. Alright? Because Caucasian, which means, according to some of the Arabic scholars, one whose evil effect is not confined to oneself alone but affects others. When the European started traveling across the planet Earth and got to the point where he basically was in control of things, he automatically was compelled to make it look like he was the founder of all things, and that you weren't the founder of anything. As it is taught in the lessons, 1914 was the end of the 6,000 years that was given to the old world of the devils to rule. The original scripture, called the Torah, revealed to Moses, was holy until the European Jews and the Christian scholars started tampering with it. Today the Bible has become a commercialized book. Therefore many are allowed to rewrite or revise it. The Bible means good gospel, or it has good and bad in it. If you can rightly understand it, it can do wonders for you. But if you're basing it on the trick knowledge of the European, then it'll enslave you. So the Bible charges all of its great prophets with evil. It makes God an adulterer, or he has the quality of and the act of an adultery by charging him with being the father of Mary's baby. Again, it charges Noah and Lot with drunkenness, and Lot with getting children by his daughter. That's poison. And poisoning people with that type of information. So these are the things that are being revealed nowadays. The people aren't going for those okie dokes no more. You can't trick them anymore. And they're waking up. It's just that at this present time, you have what is called a revolutionary war of information. And the revolutionary war of information is the European is constantly trying to hold on by telling you that all these great generals like Hannibal and all these great men were European, when in all actuality they were Asiatic. There's other things that are going to come into play, like the changes made in our planet's rotation at the poles. About 1 minute to a year, it takes 25,000 years. So these are the things that we didn't know. We didn't know about the 25,000 year cycle. We didn't know about the 2,083.33 years for each age. These things have been revealed now. We didn't know that the teachings of the Bible and the Quran were held back from us for 379 years. We didn't know that. We didn't know that, for instance, great dictators, and I use great loosely, such as Hitler, Mussolini, openly saying that race is a fraud by cynically using it to unite their gullible followers. At the same time, the two great democratic nations, Britain and America, while condemning fascism and Nazism and their doctrines, they were the ones proclaiming to keep the original man as a slave. And they use race to gather up the masses of their poor and underclassed and uneducated to attack us as black people by using economics and prejudice and racism, things of that nature, to cause their lower educated people to lynch us. Second World War. Look at the Second World War. Began as a fire set by fascist looters in black neighborhoods. Ethiopia, which then spread into the white one, Europe. And then you got Nazism, So, we don't need to give them more fuel to the fire by fighting amongst ourselves over doctrines and philosophies and metaphysical ideologies. We need to come together as one people and fight this propaganda wheel that is manifesting itself at such a high level that it's almost impossible to defeat. But if we come together as one people, we'll be able to defeat them. With that, I'm going to say peace.